Roll call.
Council Barton?
Present.
Present. Councilor Capano?
Present.
Present. Councilor Chakoudas?
Present.
Present. Councilor Calucci?
Present.
Present. Councilor Seer?
Present.
Present. Councilor Field?
Present.
Present. Councilor LaPierre?
Present.
Present. Councilor Lozey?
Present.
Present. Councilor Net?
Present.
Present. Councilor Starbird?
Present.
Present. Councilor Walsh?
Present.
I'll rise for a moment of silence. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Accept the minutes from the December 11th minute.
Second.
Motion made,
Second.
seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Citation. Yeah, Councilor Starbird, please come up. This is under communications, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Rashida.
Who is the guys here?
I'd like to call up Rashida Ellis. So Rashida Ellis, young woman from Lynn, boxer, competed last week in Salt Lake City, Utah, became the #1 female fighter in her weight class in the nation. She's ranked #1 in the nation. She was also named the outstanding female elite boxer in the nation and is qualified to compete for the Olympic team in Tokyo next month. Compete in Tokyo for the Olympic national team. On behalf of the Lynn City Council, we'd like to present Rashida with the following citation that reads, "Let it be hereby known, the office of the Lynn City Council offers their sincerest congratulations to Rashida Ellis, outstanding elite female boxer in the USA, 2018 national champion in the 132 weight class, in recognition of the happy occasion of qualifying for the Olympic trials in Tokyo in 2019. The Lynn City Council acknowledges your accomplishments, dedication to the community, and overall excellence, serves as an inspiration for all to follow. On behalf of our grateful and proud city, we bestow this official citation on December 18th, 2018. On behalf of the Lynn City Council.
Good luck.
Gold, all the way. That's another Lynn great right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome.
Thank you, Councilor Starbird.
Thank you, Mr.
Public
President.
hearings.
We have a public hearing regarding an ordinance amending the ordinance regulating the rules and procedures of the Lynn City Council.
Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, that part of the hearing is closed. Anyone in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Seeing none, that part of the hearing is closed. What is the wish of the council?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion made, seconded, discussion. Roll call.
Council Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Council Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Council Chakoudas?
Yes.
Yes. Council Calucci? Yes. Yes. Council Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Council Field?
Yes.
Yes. Council LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes. Council Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Council Net?
Yes.
Yes. Council Starbird?
Yes.
Yes. Council Walsh?
Yes.
Yes.
Motion carries. Any other public hearings?
We have the petition of Justin Morley of Ironbound to hold a New Year's Eve block party at Mount Vernon Street on December 31st, 2018. Hours will be from 6 p.m. to 12:10 a.m.
Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Please come to the podium, Jamie. State your name and your address.
Hey guys, my name is Jamie Figueroa. I live at 12 Gardiner Street here in Lynn, Massachusetts. Proud resident of this beautiful city, but I also operate 2 businesses here in downtown Lynn, located at 23 Central Avenue at Revolution Pie and Pint and Brew on the Grid Coffee Shop. I am here in support of Justin Morley and the Mount Vernon First Night Party. I think it'll be a great thing, not only for the city, but for local businesses in the downtown. As myself, I think this is a great economic opportunity for us here in the downtown, as being we're one of the only places open after 10 on a weekday. So having something like this on a Monday night, New Year's Eve, I think it's a win-win. I know City of Lynn held one before at Manning Bowl, went out without a problem. I don't see why this one wouldn't be the same. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Calvin, please state your name and your address.
I know the drill. Calvin Anderson, 12 Concord Street, also a very happy resident of our city. Now, when I moved in about 18 years ago, downtown was kind of a wasteland. We used to call it the once and future Lynn. Well, the future Lynn's coming, and it's moving along. Now, we have a downtown that's very much void of things in the evening anyway, and New Year's Eve really isn't a regular weeknight. So it's a special night. It's time to have a special party. Now, there's been, over the years, Ironbound and other groups have closed off Mount Vernon Street, and it's a perfect confined party atmosphere. In fact, a couple of years ago, I was envisioning a similar first night type of thing in Central Square and dropping the ball, if you will, from a crane right at the apex of Revolution. I was pitching it to the Beyond Walls people, and they said it's a good idea. So we can do that sort of thing over on Mount Vernon Street, and it's closed off. Now, the main thing to remember is that Mount Vernon Street is burgeoning with businesses. There's the Quonset huts, the once and future businesses there. But across the street, there are some businesses, some of the storefronts there, and residences. So I just make sure that we plan to accommodate all those people so that if they have this party going on outside, remember that this is their homes and their livelihoods. But our good family-oriented New Year's Eve party is something that we should have again. And if it's done right, let's do it every year.
Thank you, Calvin. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Please come to the podium and state your name.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Vincenz, and I live on Mount Vernon Street at 24 Mount Vernon, and I think this is an excellent idea for the City of Lynn to have something where the whole town can come together. I have lived at 24 Mount Vernon Street for almost 2 years now and have seen the Ironbound, how they have, applied their summer block parties and how they have done with, maintenance and cleanup and noise and everything like that. And I have found that not only the coordinators with Justin and his team, but also the performers and the acts that come have all been extraordinarily respectful of the space that is Mount Vernon Street. For myself as a resident, and obviously these are all during the day, but they have their permit to go till 8 o'clock. By 8:15, it's all cleaned up and shut down. I don't see that there would be any reason to think that there would not be this for New Year's Eve as well. And I do think that being that New Year's Eve is a special consideration because it is literally the one night a year that most people are encouraged to or do stay up until at least midnight. And I don't think that it's with the next day being basically a federal holiday where a lot of people don't have to go to work. I don't feel like it's going to infringe on residents, needing to get up early and go to work or anything like that. So I just wanted to come tonight and say, as a resident of Mount Vernon Street, I wholly support the New Year's Eve event.
Thank you. Before we keep the public hearing going, I just want to make a statement real quick that this event is all going to be funded through private donations. The city is not going to be putting any funding into it. I know some people think that the city is going to be doing that. It is not going to be taking a bite at all out of our budget. Is that correct, Councilor LaPierre? A bite out of our budget?
I think it's privately funded.
Okay, so does anyone else wish to speak in favor? Anyone else wish to speak in favor? Please come to the podium, state your name and address.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President and City Council. My name is Alexander Cuevas from 189 Essex Street, born and raised in Lynn. One of the things that I like about this, this event is for as long as I can remember, the Marsh Road, Lynn Way, and Highland Ave, as far as people coming back into the city from their New Year's festivities, there's been a lot of issues with drunk driving and accidents that happen, and I think that having a space for us as a community to come in and congregate and to celebrate New Year's and obviously all the successes that we've had as a community this year. It's been a great 2018, and going into 2019 celebrating together where we don't have to risk coming back home and anyone getting into trouble or any fatalities. I think everything that Ironbound and what Justice and the team are doing, they clearly respect what we're doing. They've had several community forums so that anyone can express any concerns that they have, and I'm for it, and I hope that the City Council is for it too. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone else? Seeing none, that part of the hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak, please come to the podium and state your name, sir, and your address.
My name is Michael Newberg, and you can find me at 18 Mount Vernon Street. I'm the property owner for 14 to 18 Mount Vernon, the second largest building on the street. And I've owned the building for 14 years, but prior to that, we were tenants there. We have a small family business on the first floor. I'm opposed to the proposal of a New Year's Eve party on Mount Vernon Street. We're a thickly settled public way, home to a large apartment building, Mount Vernon Lofts, retail and commercial businesses, as well as a small sign company. I can't believe the city would allow such a venue on a small, well-kept street. A lot of money's been put in for our new pavement, our sidewalks, our trees, and the place is looking really good, and we're proud of it. There must have been a good reason why in the past the New Year's Eve party in Lynn was held, as he said, Manning Bowl. I thought it was Frazier Field. I think that would be a more appropriate location for a public event such as a New Year's Eve party. I'm worried about vandalism to my property. I did read that there'd be some Lynn police officers and some private security, but once the damage is done, have you ever tried to collect from your insurance company with the high deductibles and such? My building was actually broken into. They caught the guy in the act. I filled out the form for reimbursement, but of course, it never came. He did some time, but never had the money. Anyways. There is also a back alley that runs behind the sign company, up behind my building to the large parking lot and behind 24 Mount Vernon Street. Is that also going to be patrolled and have security standing by in the back alley? And finally, I can't believe we would allow drinking on a public way in the evening. What is that telling the rest of the city? How many other venues would want public drinking on our streets? And also, as property owners, we were never notified about this until I read it in the Lynn item. The abutters were not notified about a New Year's Eve party on the street. I learned it from the Lynn item. We put up with the street being closed frequently during the summer, affecting all of us. And I realize there's going to be a discussion on it later in the year, but when is enough enough? So I'd just like to thank you for listening and considering this potentially dangerous and serious matter. And I would like permission to give a copy of this to the secretary.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone else wishing to speak in opposition? Seeing none, Councilor LaPierre.
Mr. President, I just had a point of order on the speaker that previously spoke, his residence, so we can have it for the clerk's record, where he lives. No, where he lives.
I would be happy to tell you that I currently live in Marblehead. My father grew up in Lynn, and his family's from Lynn. I have nothing against Lynn. Half the family was from Lynn.
Just need your address.
Okay, Brook Road, Marblehead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, both parts of the hearing are closed. Councilor Jacutis.
I think this is something new they're trying for New Year's Eve. So I'm hoping everything works out well, no vandalism. He has security, he has private security he has hired. We met with residents down there on Mount Vernon. He spoke to a few. He is willing to walk the residents from their car to their apartments if they want, with their security, if they have to park a little distance that night. I'm going to say motion to approve with the stipulation. Hopefully, everything works out well, and we can continue this again next year.
Second.
Motion has been made, seconded, discussion. Councilor Barton.
Diana, Councilor Jacutis, will there be police officers there also?
There will also be Lynn police officers there.
Thank
He
you.
has hired.
Okay, before we take the vote, if the council doesn't mind, I'd like to say a few words. In 1999 and 2000, the city was looking to have a New Year's Eve celebration, and the president of this country asked, who was Clinton at the time, all cities and towns to try to do some type of New Year's Eve celebration to welcome in the new millennium. So Lynn decided to do that, and with a group of people, roughly about a dozen, Kay Larry being one of them. The classical is now named after her. Mark Lopes, who used to run the Lynn Youth Association and parades, all got together and come up and decided to do a New Year's Eve celebration. And and I got to tell you, there was a lot of opposition to that celebration for some of the same reasons that this gentleman stated a few minutes ago. But the unknown, that's what it is, the unknown. And the celebration turned out to be one of the most successful events of the city, with well over 20,000 people attended. There wasn't any incidents at all. And it was a great family event, and I know that's what they're trying to do down on Mount Vernon Street. So we haven't voted yet, but I'm going to say I'm in favor of this. So with that being said, is there any other discussion? The public hearing is done. Councilor Staben.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to say, as most of us are all lifelong Lynn residents, you know, many of us remember what the downtown was like when we were kids. Subsequently, we know what the downtown was like as we became a little bit older and stayed away from it. Over the last 10 years or so, with people moving into the downtown, the Corey Jacksons and Seth Albums of the world that came in from outside with a vision of bringing people into downtown, with arts, with fun, with businesses opening up. We've seen Arts After Hours. And for a place that my wife and I would never frequent, we find ourselves down there quite frequently. And again, and it's hats off to those people and to folks like Justin that bring people downtown and beyond walls. And with the events that have taken place there over the last couple of summers, events that take place at the museum that we all find ourselves at, I think it's a great thing that once again we can go downtown, especially at night, and I'm also in favor of it.
Thank you, Councilor Staben. Any other discussion? Roll call. Oh, I'm sorry, Councilor Calucci. Thank you, Councilor. Roll call.
Councilor Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Jacutis?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Field?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Net?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Staben?
Yes.
Yes. Councilor Walsh?
Yes.
Yes.
Public hearings will be set down.
We have the petition of National Grid to install one joint-owned pole on the Marine Boulevard midspan to pole 20 and pole 19.
What's the wish of the council? Motion to be set down.
Yes.
Seconded.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Ordinance and Rules Committee, Councilor Lozey.
Yes, unanimous vote to set down for a public hearing.
Motion made.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. New business?
We have no new business.
Old business?
We have no old business.
Before I ask what's the wish of the council, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and I hope I'm saying it right, Happy Kwanzaa, and I would also like to acknowledge Peter Capano. This is his last council meeting. And we do usually make a big deal out of it, but we are going to be doing something in January. But I'm going to say a few words about Councilor Capano. Yeah, I'm going to embarrass him. We both came onto the council together, and we've served for the last 14 years. And he is exemplary as a councilor. He is what every ward councilor, and I think every councilor at large, should try to aspire to be. He is there fighting every single day for his constituents, for the city of Lynn. I know we all love this city, but Peter just shows it in such ways that are so passionate. I am so proud to call him a friend. I'm not going to stop Peter. Don't tell me to do that. See, and that's what's so great about Peter is he gets embarrassed when somebody tries to say what a great person he is and what a great job he does. I've been trying to get him not to leave the council because he brings just so much to this board, but I understand it. He's moving on. The whole entire city will benefit, including the town of Nahat, because of him going to the State House. I really can honestly say this, and I say it all the time about the council. We are a family, and I know within families you have fights and arguments and likes and dislikes, and you love each other. I really, truly love him as a friend. I admire him, his family, his wife, his kids, his dad, his mom. Everybody should be so proud of him. He's just such a tremendous human being, and he will be really missed. Thank you, Peter, for serving with me.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna be surprised if you say no. I'm gonna ask you to come to the podium and say a few words. Yeah.
I know you won't believe it if I say I'm at a loss for words, right? Yeah. No, thank you so much, Darren. It's been great working on the council. I mean, people have no idea, what the councils go through. Like you said, we have disagreements sometimes, right? We fight together, laugh together, cry together. And it's always a tribute to any group, person, or organization of how you conduct yourselves when times are hard. Because when times are good, it's really easy to be happy, right? Everyone's in a good mood, and things are going great. And, right now we're going through some challenging times in the city. And we're able to discuss and disagree. And, I have confidence that, with everybody working together, like Darren was saying earlier, he said a lot about me, but it's the truth. You don't do this job unless you love this city. Whether you're on this side or this side, the best interests of the city is what you have in mind. And you're here because you're fighting for what you think is best for the city. And the ability to do that collectively, I mean, you can see what happens in Washington, D.C. when no one talks to each other. People are isolated. All you hear is two sides of the aisle. One side doesn't do anything. The other side doesn't do anything. Nobody talks. As long as we keep talking and working with each other, we're going to work things out. I have full confidence in that. I love everybody here, and I love this city, and together I'm going to the State House, but I ain't really going anywhere. I'm not going to be a lobbyist or anything. I can tell you that right now. I'm here working for the city, and I want to work with all of you, people that are out there, the councilors here, and the people in the city, people in the neighborhoods. That's what I want to do. That's what I've done. That's what I want to continue to do. Thank you so much. Thanks for giving me the time to speak.
I knew he was lying when he said he was lost for words, so. With that being said, what is the wish of the council?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion made. All those in favor?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
I know.